Good morning, everybody. It is Wednesday, June 26th, just coming on 4:38 in the morning. I'm going to apologize in advance for my lack of enthusiasm, but I uh, I caught a big personal loss this morning. Uh, any case, today is nothing nothing on the schedule today. We've got new home sales, crude inventories, but more importantly, at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, we have the 5 year note sale. And as you saw yesterday, after the bond sale that was there at 1 o'clock, what we have been noticing over the course of the last few weeks is after the bond auction takes place at 1 o'clock, there seems to be a push to the bullish side over onto the equities, which is why, as we went over yesterday, bring it over here. Earlier in the morning, posted there, got into the June 27 5,400 puts. They were down at $2 right there around 12 o'clock. An hour later, less than an hour later, they were up 100%. Apologize, took almost an hour. And then again, posting there in the room, go ahead, take your 100%. Then throughout there, you can take on the 5470 DTE calls if you want that action because we are getting a bounce. That was right there, right around 112 in the afternoon. You got your run up there to plus $4, and I suggested go ahead and take your 300% off the table. You got a second run up there to plus 300%. I wasn't there to say go ahead and take your money off the table. We were closely monitoring this incredible 26-point range that we had yesterday. And as you saw, we closed green, which we needed to do. We had three in a row now. And yeah, we were needing to get that green close, which we got out of the way. So going into that, and now today is day 38 without a minus 1% day, which ties the streak that we had going back from October to December in 2019. There are many other streaks prior to 2019, which are much longer than 38 days. We are into trading session 338 without a minus 2% decline. And again, today, with nothing on the schedule at all, I would not suggest that today is the day when we are going to see either one of those. Absolutely no way. At 4:30 in the afternoon, we get the Fed Bank stress test results. We Many of you may have been following, and I appreciate that, Nick. This what is it? BitLock, Lockbit. They hacked the Federal Reserve, 33 terabytes of data over the weekend. Tomorrow, tomorrow Thursday, June 27th, an hour before the open at 8:30, we get the U.S. GDP final results. Initial jobless claims, durable goods, GDP price index, the core PCE prices final, which is the most significant inflation report that Jerome Powell loves. You get a bunch of more data coming in there at 10 o'clock. And then again, you have a 4 week and a 7 year auction coming at 1 o'clock. But there again, more importantly, at 9:30, 7:30 at night tomorrow, Thursday, you get the Tokyo, Japan CPI. And on Friday morning, you have the US PCE price index data coming out, along with consumer spending, along with personal income, along with the Chicago PMI, along with the University of Michigan final sentiment. So again, my opinion is if we are going to get that little dip come there at the end of the year, end of the month, to get that minus 1% day out of the way, it's going to be at the end of the week. If it's not going to be on Thursday, it's going to be on Friday if you're going to get it at all. But that's not really the focus. The focus, as I went into the beginning of the week with, was we are closing red this week. We are going to get a red close, is what I'm looking for, and I'm looking for a close below 54.65. Thus, the same trade I threw out there on Monday is sitting at $3 right now, and it's in your email. $3 credit on a $5 spread is 150% return. Had your dip there on Monday, had your dip there yesterday. fantastic opportunities to take trade off. I'm looking at this from a more slowed approach because, again, $3 on a $5 spread, it's 150% return. Trying to get people out of this. What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? Because we're into the QQQs. QQQ, 3 red days in a row, got a green day. Got a lot of juice out of the QQQ, and that's where we're going to get started with right now because you've got Google, bang, new all time highs. Google yesterday together with Meta. Meta pushing up higher, pushing that 88 as well. Nvidia, your gap is filled. Called said look for that 128. You're up here plus 128. So all of you that took the calls, go ahead, take your money right when we get off to the open today, or do whatever you want because it seems that SMCI is much more significant than anything that I'm covering. So that's with that. And again, QQQ looking for a red week. A red week being a close below 480, below 478. Your trade is in your email for not only Friday, but also for today, considering your gap to be filled is right here at 479.38. And where you're at right now is right up here at 481.78. We were looking for that 480. We were looking for that 480. We finally got that 480. We got it yesterday, very, very late after hours. And here we are pushing up with a new gap. As we showed yesterday, this 470, 468, boom, 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 very clear. And having diligently expressed how oversold that we were on the NDX, it's pretty fucking obvious that you were getting a bounce. Move it into a cleaner point of view. And what you have here, okay, is your decline to 473.55 off of your all time highs and a 50 retracement back to that. And very cleanly being able to see here where your resistance is right there around 482.50. So you want to zero DTE this, go right ahead. Take advantage of this and go out and buy some Friday puts, go right ahead. There's no obligation to do anything when it comes to this because tomorrow is going to happen. So is Friday. So is September. So is November. So is December. So is January. And the debate is tomorrow night. SPX, again, here we are cruising off the all time highs from last. Bang, 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 bang. Obviously, 10-day moving average getting hit yesterday was pretty clean. 5-day moving average was a little bit lower. Yesterday, intraday, real time. Resistance, 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 pop. We're going to have a gap here that needs to be filled overnight as futures are up 14 points right now. But again, there's no data out there on the table. So what you're looking for is that 54.85 area. Don't need to get a green close. Don't need to get a red close today. Do whatever they want because your VIX is telling you nobody is scared. Nobody is hedging. Nobody is buying anything other than letting this thing troll to where it is because it is just fading to the upside over on the SPX overnight. Same with the QQQ. And as you see here on your VIX, failing to get into the 14s. Now we're pushing down on that 1255. So IWM still unable to get 202, still unable to break down below 200. We are just trolling into this zone here for the better part of a week and a half now. So I leave you off here with Dow. The Dow Jones, like I said, the Dow Jones was going to roll over, and I didn't think that the QQQ could absorb all of it. It didn't, but the Magnificent Seven did. Nice dip over here on the DIA, down here under that 390 area, violating this area up here, right here, this 391.94, but nothing that we can take on and say, okay, we have come until we start breaking down below 390 and we start pressing down onto that 383. Come over onto your dollar liking to move in that 106 area, and the reason is you got your Japanese yen just about to hit 160. It's right there. It's right there. Does it affect anything that we do? It affects currencies. It affects the bond market. It affects the money that's being lent country to country, bank to bank. So focus on SMCI because it's the new Diamond. It's the new GameStop. It's the new DGT stock ahead of the presidential elections tomorrow. I'm just not that smart that I'm not out there covering SMCI instead of intraday 100%, 300% SPX trades. And I did catch your comment there, Rob Roy.